am Kikuyu by ethnicity.
Yes, you can briefly tell us why you applied for this job. What are the key qualifications that you possess, uh, key values that you intend to bring to this job? Give us some highlights of the key achievements you have made in your professional career that makes you think that we should select you from among the over 100 people whom we are interviewing.
Very well, thank you, my lady. Actually, I am an advocate who has been in practice now for more than 20 years. I was admitted in 1995. For those years that I have worked, I believe I have maintained a high level of commitment, discipline, integrity. I believe I have acquired the values that are necessary for me to adjudicate, for me to sit and evaluate. I have come across almost all types of cases in my years, in my career. I have come across all scenarios, management, all through my career. And these are values I've gained through experience. And I believe they are values that have attracted me to apply for this job. I would also say that actually it is not the first time I had applied again. This is the second time. I had actually been shortlisted another time, that was 2013. It is a calling that I feel that I myself, I have acquired enough experience to be a judge. As per my experience, as per the achievements, I will narrow it down to my practice. I will not say that I have done anything beyond my practice. I will narrow it down to the practice that I have done throughout my years. I may have done other things, like I've written small books, which may, or poems, are not related, but I will narrow it down to my major achievement is the practice that I have done throughout my life. I have done enough practice to know any kind of scenario to judge, for example. That is something I can say I have acquired over those years of experience. As to what I bring to the table, I'll bring soberness. Soberness, I mean, all those years and the experience that I've had and experience situation and the other, I am able to look at things on an extremely sober way, without, well, basically using the law.
Thank you very much. You bring the value of sobriety
Yes.
in the bench. Now, you are crossing over from advocacy to where you'll be involved in decision making.
Yes.
Tell us, what are the guiding principles that you're going to embrace in your job as a judge?
Well, the guiding principles, which of course are set out in the Constitution, I believe I'll be following them both in Article 10, good governance, impartiality, basically the principles of selflessness, service to the people. I intend to follow the Constitution to the letter and the principles set thereof. I intend to be a good example to the rest.
Under our Constitution,
Yes.
Article 2.5,
Yes.
we embrace the general principles of international law.
Yes.
Under what circumstances do we apply those principles?
International law, to me, actually is a law which we apply when we have a situation whereby there is the issue of matters, say a case whereby there is, for example, extradition, where there are issues whereby we are dealing with someone, companies which will be relying.
Extradition, in what circumstances? We have a particular law here on extradition. Why would we use international law?
I would use it that, for example, myself, I would assume that someone is from another country and is in Kenya, and for example, there is really no law that at that time may apply, that we have to borrow. To me, I would say it will vary from circumstance to circumstances, because it happens that there's a time there is no other law that can be applied to someone or to a situation, which in that event we used to borrow from the international law, be it commercial law, be it criminal law, but it happens that we borrow it when the laws require.
In your over 20 years practice, have you had occasion to apply those principles, those general principles?
I have not had one of international law, I'll confess that. I have not handled a case where I had to borrow the international law.
Thank you. The next set of questions will be asked by Commissioner Macharia.
Thank you, Honorable CJ. Now, in your practice,
Yes.
there must be some unique characteristics that embody who you are, and which you think should make us believe as a commission that if you are given this job, you'll be able to use those characteristics to become a successful judge. You know?
Yes.
And I would want you to tell us those characteristics, and you apply in real example, live examples of how you've applied them as you've undertaken your practice. I ask this question to you because see, judicial officers, we have their reports. It's easy to relate with it and be able to tell how they'll come out. But now for us who are from this other side, we have to look at, you know, we don't have those kind of reports because we're not really adjudicated on cases.
Okay.
But again, I'm asking you this knowing that majority of us who have come to the High Court have also done very well anyway. So what are these unique characteristics, and what are these live examples in which you've applied them
Yes.
to show that you can actually become a good judge if you're given this position? Give us just three, and how you've applied them.
Thank you very much. Well, one of them I would say is honesty. And my application of that honesty and how I will relate to that honesty myself is for those 25 years that I have been in practice, and I have been a litigation lawyer through and through. Through and through, I've been a litigation lawyer. You will not find me having issues of any issues that I was engaged in any complaint. Because I have been handling my clients and my issues in a very honest and transparent way. That is why you not hear complaints from the commission. Be it insurance matters, whatever the kind of land matters, which are very many in my area, I handle them with a lot of honesty and integrity, such that at least whenever that happens, the client is satisfied that I did my best.
Okay.
I did my best.
Okay.
And I would wish to bring that, that whatever I do, I want satisfy myself that I have done my best, to the best of my knowledge. Yes.
Another one?
Another issue is dedication. There is dedication and commitment. Whatever case that I am about to do, I make sure I have done it to the very end. I don't ever, I make sure that whatever it is, I am certain that there's good value for it. The client is satisfied that I have followed it to the very end.
Okay, my second question now coming to that issue that you've raised.
Yes.
And this is my last question.
Yes.
One of the major complaints by litigants or public,
Yes.
and of course the lawyers who represent them,
Yes.
is the issue of delay in conclusion of matters.
Yes.
For various reasons.
Yes.
But you find there are judges who are able to conclude matters expeditiously.
Yes.
There are others who, you know, it's you don't even want to appear there because you know you'll never be able to move.
Yes.
Now again, relating to yourself, how would you deal with that?
Yes.
And just tell this honorable commission,
Yes.
because remember there are also those who are watching you
Yes.
live on Facebook and all that.
Yes.
On average, how long you take to conclude cases? Of course, I'm aware that you're not the one to determine solely because also the court.
Yes.
But from where you sit in your, how long do you normally take on average to have a matter concluded, and whatever the circumstances?
I would say, as to answer you, I would say that personally, I think cases depend on matters. Depend on every matter is its own. It's not the same. Every matter has its own technique. Its own, but has its own, gravitas. But I would take the shortest time possible. Shortest time would mean available without necessarily being unfair to the litigants. I see there's a time set, the 45 days which has been set. I would very much wish to work with that time without again infringing on anybody, without again going hurting anybody's rights. I would wish the time that you usually the frame 30 days or 45 days, I would be happy to work with that time. And normally in my case, that is in my practice, let me say civil matters, I rarely take more than 45 days when it comes to civil matters. Land matters take a bit longer, that one I admit. But civil matters, I try them to finish them as quickly as possible. Criminal matters, basically, it depends on the courts. There's more to do with the courts in criminal matters than actually the litigants.
Okay, thank you. I wish you well.
Thank you.
I have two questions, Wakili, for you. In the advert and under the provisions of the Constitution, we are looking for distinguished judicial officers or distinguished advocates. Tell us how you have distinguished yourself. For example, tell us you have argued a matter in the High Court.
Yes.
It has certain connotation of distinction.
Yes.
In the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
Maybe in the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Along those lines.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me say, I have argued several matters in the Court of Appeal, but I would not specifically point out one particular matter, because to me all of them, they hold almost the same importance. But I have been arguing several matters in the Court of Appeal maybe for the last 10-15 years, and most of them I see them quoted and they have set principles. But
which one is specific, which has been quoted?
That is what I'm saying, that I don't keep them off head, because I can keep it tomorrow and someone comes and tells me, I saw another of your matter which was in the Court of Appeal. It was saying a young advocate, it was saying this and this. Then another, it goes on, so that I don't have
one premier decision which you argued, both in the High Court, maybe in the High Court and in the Court of Appeal, just one, which you feel,
yes,
this one you have put your best foot forward. You may have lost or you may have won, but a precedent-setting law has been established through your arguments. or through your innovations? One only. And I'm not in any way disrespecting saying that it must be argued in the court of appeal. It may have been argued even in the Chief Magistrate's Court or even in the RM's court. Yes. Just one.
One matter I argued quite some time ago before actually Justice Evans Gisharu set out the days that if you apply for time, say you seek time to appeal, and at that time you are making that application, there are still some days left, then those days you can be awarded.
So that is the matter you think is very novel. You put out from your library of judgments.
No, it's the one which is quoted most.
Okay.
It's the one that is quoted.
Thank you very much, Wakili. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Majanja.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
I also have a few questions.
Yes, sir.
One,
Yes.
you said you've been in practice for a long time.
Yes.
And when you come to the High Court, you'll be called upon to deal with criminal cases, either murder trials
Yes.
or criminal appeals.
Yes.
On the day, on the first day you sit, an accused has been charged with murder
Yes.
and has been brought before you. Can you tell us 4 things you would look out for before you take the plea? 4 things you would just look out for before you take the plea.
The first thing I'll look out for is his competence to stand trial. Whether there is a report that is psychological, whether he is fit to stand trial. The other thing I would look for is the documents, the bundle of documents, the committal documents, which would, of course, which I believe will make it look whether they are complete.
Do we still have committal documents?
Now they call them, they are not committal documents.
Anyway, so the second you look at the documents.
Then I would also, that is before he takes the plea. The third thing I would look for before someone takes plea would be, of course, the social status.
What do you mean by social status?
Status would mean meaning that if it will be for further consideration of if he takes plea, the issue of
no, you haven't even taken plea.
Yes.
Yes. So
before.
the issue of
Okay. Okay. Then the other thing I would look for is whether he's properly before the court, meaning that whether the charge has been properly drafted for him to be before us.
Okay. Now, suppose when you're looking at the documents before you,
Yes.
you realize he has been in custody for 1 month. What would you do?
If he has been in custody for a month, I would certainly ask of the date of arrest and ask for a report from the investigating officer why he has been in custody exceeding the period. Why?
Why would you do that? What is the reason you would do that?
Because the Constitution will certainly, I mean, he's not allowed to have been in custody for all that long without a good reason. A good reason.
Okay. So, tell us now how you would take the plea.
I would first tell him to which language he prefers. Then I would ask him whether he understands what he understands the language that we refer to. Then after that, I would ask whether he can take the plea.
Okay. So he says he's not guilty. 2 things you would do after that?
If he says he's not guilty, then the first thing I'll do after that, of course, there is there is the issue of, I'll certainly ask him about the issue of whether he wishes, if this is murder, he has an advocate. He seeks representation.
So and that's what I was telling you. Before you take the plea, you would not have asked whether he requires an advocate or whether there is an advocate.
Oh, that should have been before. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Should have been before.
So just note that.
Yes.
Secondly, you also say that you have been in litigation for many years.
Yes.
Tell me 2 terrible things judges do, and which, if you are appointed a judge, you will never do,
One
or
thing.
you do differently.
Yes. One thing, there is the way they handle. There's a way they handle. Well, let me say let me say not terribly. I will not put the word terribly, but I believe I would improve on the way their relation with one, the advocates, the advocates, because basically that's how it makes the whole process go faster. Of course, the issue of
Second one?
the issue of adjournment, maybe that one I would also look into that.
You'd look into.
Yes.
Lastly,
Yes.
it is said that an injunction is a remedy in personam.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Means to person.
Mhm.
To person means, of course, there are reliefs which are to person and those are to general public. Now, an injunction is to person. Yes.
Is there a situation where you can give an injunction in rem?
In rem,
Yes.
no.
And what about a conservatory order?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Very
I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ngutia.
Greetings once more, Senior.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, looking at your sample writing, and more particularly the one of Kenya National Union of Nurses versus Murang'a County
Yes.
Public Service Board and the governor of that county, I'm concerned with the manner of writing because it seems it was a very contentious
Issue.
matter.
Yes.
But when you look at the way you have itemized the issues, such as the first one is the strike was unprotected, the Council of Governors directive, lack of evidence and demonstration, you just give a paragraph not mentioning the law or even highlighting a decided case around that. Could you give us why your style of writing is different from what we are always told? Try and make reference to a law, try and make reference to a decided case.
Why we did that is, one, I myself, there's that limit of the pages that one can write. So I would want to limit it to the bare facts. The bare facts in the sense that I'm assuming that a lot of the law that is being relied on is actually known. It's an assumption that the judge or the sitting knows the laws that I'm actually relying on. What he needs to see is what were the facts. For example, what kind of strike was it? Was it protected or unprotected? What I put the bare facts and then leave a lot of the law, let me say.
To the judge.
Yes.
But don't, it's because it's a submission. I was hoping that you would guide the court towards the direction you would want the court to move to, like citing the actual provision or even decided cases on what is or what is not a protected strike, or even when you talk of loss of life, what does that mean?
I actually moved away for that when I realized that most people quote these cases more than their own facts. So you end up reading just quoted law and he quotes another one on top of that.
Okay.
And you look for the facts, they are so sketchy.
Okay.
So that is why you should concentrate basically on the
On
bare
facts.
facts.
Facts. Okay. Thank you. A scenario where a man takes a wife to hospital X to give birth,
Yes.
and after successful delivery, the man establishes that he cannot afford to pay the bill as required by the hospital. So the hospital then decides to detain the mother and the child until the husband pays the full amount due. So could you maybe cite any international document that would guide you, international and regional document that would guide you in making a determination in that case that comes before you?
Let me say I'm very sure with just a bit of research I'll find from both the constitution something that will assist me in releasing that person. I'm sure, well, I don't want to have one offhand. But I'm very sure with a bit of research,
You'll
I will
get
find
it.
out. I'll
Okay.
certainly find out.
So then what would you be searching for?
Well,
If you're saying, if you're looking at the
freedom,
constitution.
first I'll be looking at of course, the Bill of Rights. And I'll be looking for her freedom, that she's not supposed to be detained unnecessarily.
So the Bill of Rights, what other area of the constitution will guide you?
There's also I believe even Article 53 of the Children Act must have some, because this was also a matter of child. Article 53 will also assist me. And I'm sure there are various other laws which would assist me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Article 2 in terms of application of international
Yes,
treaties
Article
and
2.
stuff?
You are right. I even
Okay.
article. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senior, and wishing you the very best.
I'm very happy.
When you go back to Muranga,
Muranga.
pass my regards to them.
Okay.
Yes, thank you,
Yes,
Chief Justice.
Thank you, Commissioner Gishoi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one or two observations, Honorable Council.
Yes, sir.
And one of the issues you said very well about your values and all the rest. I just want you to reflect on this civil appeal case, 223 of 2012, that you did submit, and reflect on the language that you used in that particular appeal on judges, on judicial officers who are handling that matter. Or do you have a reflection on the language, or that was the best you could do on that particular civil appeal? The language itself worries me a little bit. As you address your colleagues, because you are going to do that in the High Court.
Yes.
223 of 2012 civil appeal.
Yes.
On justice. Yeah, so rest in peace, the Camino and the rest.
The language, so as well.
Lopsided argument, no, those kind of ones.
Perhaps it was the circumstances. I would say that maybe it's different circumstances which sometimes lead to.
Okay, if you look at it, fine. This is my maybe final observations. I was looking at your application.
Yes, sir.
The handwritten copy.
Yes.
I hope you have a copy of that.
Yes.
And that handwritten application.
Yes, sir.
You said you submitted the year 203.
Yes.
Was it 203?
2013.
I have it here with me. I also wish to state in my application that I had applied in the year 2003.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. It was
That was a
2013.
mistake. Oh,
Yes.
that's a mistake.
I'm sorry, yes.
Details are very important.
Yes,
In the same application, you said you could not update your profile for the year 2013 because it was online or something. Why could you not update it?
Yes, I tried. I saw even the phone number on my, was not my phone number. I tried to change it for some reason. I could not.
Okay, some of us, you come from Muranga, and this is my last question, and I come from Muranga.
Yes.
Would you share with us one case that you can really say, I, as Mr. Kiige, Advocate Kiige, I can learn away with it? One case that you are prosecuted in Muranga. That I come from Muranga for your information.
Well, one of them is that one she quoted, which was the nurses versus the county government.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Professor Mugenda.
Just one question, Council. I was reading, you have heard of Judge Judy in the documentaries.
Yes.
So I was reading, and somebody said about her that good lawyers like you, Council, admire her, but bad lawyers cry when they when they go before her. So my question is, why would a lawyer admire a judge, and why would they cry if they appear before that judge? Almost like the question asked by Judge Majaja, but put differently.
Yes. Lawyers basically, why they admire a judge. To me, it is not the decision, because we expect to lose or win. That happens all the time. It is just the way that cordial treatment. That is what actually makes lawyers either like or that dislike. Sometimes it goes to the extreme. I would say that sometimes it goes to the extreme, but I think now it has come down nicely.
Sorry, so one factor is the way, the demeanor of the judge.
Yes, that is very important.
Okay, and why do you counsel want to cry when you appear before a judge?
I would give a personal experience. That's, I remember, and I'm not saying this in bad faith, one judge at one time, Miriangawa, I think we all used to fear appearing before her, because could pick out anything from my tie to anything, to anything that I look. So that happens at times.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are some of the things you'd look out for if you became a judge.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, CJ.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Randa.
Thank you, CJ. Good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
You are a practitioner.
Yes.
Of how many years?
25 years.
25 years.
Yes.
You are a sole proprietor?
Yes.
You have no partners?
Yes.
And no associates?
I have associates.
You have associates. How many associates?
2.
2 associates.
Yes.
What is your caseload like?
I have a number of matters.
Do you have a rough idea how many?
You should say not less than 1,000.
Okay.
Yes.
And the nature of clients you represent?
My major of my clients is the Murang'a County government. But I have land succession and other matters throughout.
Okay.
Yes.
So now in your law firm with 2 associates, how many staff?
Staff, yes, about 7.
7 staff.
Yes.
And 7 staff with a caseload of about 1,000 and representing such an important client as Murang'a County government. Do you have a framework by which you measure performance in your law firm?
Yes.
How does it work?
I have a meeting every once in a week where we look at each and every file and the performance of how the matters have been conducted. I have what I call a bring up. These associates, each has their type of, one does running down, the other does this kind of work, and then every week we go through and see how far this has been done and what has not been done.
You check what your associates are doing.
Yes.
What about you?
I'm also checked by them.
Checked by your associates?
Yes.
Okay. And how would you say you are doing?
I'm okay.
You are meeting your targets?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way you can demonstrate that for us here today? Your stellar performance, for that matter. In terms of, you said you want to see how far you've gone, how many cases you've concluded, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have anything to demonstrate that today?
I don't think I have anything. Yes.
Because I was looking through your CV, I was hoping I would get something like that in your CV. I've not seen any.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have gone through your vetting documents.
Yes.
Your application is complete.
Yes.
But I noticed that you have not been cleared by KRA.
Yes.
I'm sure that was brought to your attention.
Yes.
I don't know if you have engaged with them subsequent to that.
I did write to them when I got a letter.
Yes.
Then they told me that so long as, actually I wrote to them through online, that if the certificate of compliance had been given, unless it is something on this side, that is what they told me.
Something on this side?
Yes.
Meaning?
Meaning, I mean, I told them that it is an issue which has been raised by JSC. They said unless the JSC which is not satisfied, because they said the certificate of compliance was okay. And what I thought after they told me that is maybe because there are some returns I had not put online, which I had misplaced, but I immediately put them online thereafter.
Oh.
Yes.
So that is the reason they gave us the information that you are not compliant, because
Yes.
that is what they gave us.
Yes, I pulled those ones online.
So you are saying it has not been resolved?
Yes.
Okay. Another issue I wanted to raise with you is with the Advocates Complaints Commission.
Yes.
You have a complaint there?
No.
We have a reference number here, PE/JUL, which I believe must stand for maybe July or something, /15/11. You know nothing about that reference number?
No.
No complaint at all?
No.
Okay, thank you. The report we have on you is that you are well versed with the law, you are humble and you relate well with others, you are trusted by clients and colleagues, and you handle your court cases in an outstanding way. You come highly recommended, and I wish you well. Thank you, my lady.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Kimwere, for that interaction. I think this brings us to the end of the interview, but we give you an opportunity to ask the Commission any question you might have.
I'm satisfied.
You are satisfied?
I'm satisfied.
I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice afternoon.
I also wish you well.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay.